All right, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am Misty. This is This Family Life. And today we are going to talk about another grocery tip and trick. And today we are going to be talking about Winco. So I do not have a Winco Foods anywhere in my area. So I live in Waxahachie, Texas. The closest ones are still quite a ways away from me. So unless I'm going to be in one of those areas, it really doesn't make sense for me to use the gas and the time to travel to one of these stores. However, today I had to take my husband to the airport, and so that put me over DFW airport area. It wasn't that far just to hop over to Arlington on the way home where there is a Winco. Now, this is the second time I've tried to record this video for you guys, okay? The first time, my husband and I actually went to Winco together when we were over in Arlington, and we did not realize that they don't accept any credit cards there, okay? So if you're gonna shop at Winco Foods, make sure that you take cash with you because they're not gonna accept any credit cards. And we're the type, we put everything on our Southwest card to earn points, and so we did not see the sign as we walked in the store. There is a lot of signage when you walk into Winco, okay? And I'm sorry, but this has been proven a fact in the workplace. When you see a ton of signs, you tend to ignore all signs, okay? And so there are a ton of signs when you walk into Winco, and there is one that states that they don't accept credit cards. So it's my own fault, I guess, for not seeing it, but that's a little misleading because there is so much signage. And I'm sorry, when it's 42 degrees in the morning, it's 35 degrees in the morning, you're not going to stop and read every sign at the door before you go in when there's that much signage. But so just be aware of that. If you go trial Winco, they do not accept credit cards. Okay. So what I did is I actually wrote down the prices I paid for everything. We're going to compare that to my store. Here's why. When I was in Winco, something that they do on several items, especially the items that are at the end of the aisles, is they compare it to Kroger, Walmart, and Albertsons as far as prices. Okay? So you're thinking, oh, I'm getting a good deal. It's $1.58 compared to $1.79 at Kroger. I actually took the time to sit there and Google, because I had time, just pulled up my Kroger app, because I'm in Kroger all the time, right? Pulled up my Kroger app, looked at the prices. They are not the Kroger prices for our area. Now, you could say, okay, but that's in Arlington and you're in Waxahachie, so maybe the prices are different at Kroger. It's the same region. So the prices that they're using, I'm not sure what region they're from, but for Kroger, they're not correct. Now, I didn't Google Albertsons and Walmart. I don't have an Albertsons in my area. I don't shop at Walmart because the deals there aren't ever as good. So all I did was compare it to Kroger. Okay, so compared to Kroger, where I shop all of the time and I'm always on the hunt for good deals, how did we fare going into Winco? Okay, so keep in mind, I looked up prices as I went on almost everything. That's a little harder to do once we get to the bulk food items, and we will talk about that when we get there, okay? Hold on, one moment. I'm apparently gonna throw things on the ground today. So let's start with the first item I picked up, which is liquid smoke, okay? I live in Texas. We do a lot of barbecuing, and liquid smoke is heaven. This stuff smells amazing, and it tastes amazing in your food. And it doesn't take much. They're very small bottles, but it doesn't take much of this. So these will last me quite a while. I got one of the hickory, one of the mesquite. Okay, here's the deal. You cannot always find these in the store, okay? The last time I needed the liquid smoke for a recipe recently, I had to order it on Amazon, and I had to pay a lot more for it on Amazon. So my Kroger has it listed at $2.29 a bottle, okay? That's if you can find it. Okay, depending on the time of year, how much barbecuing is going on, you may not even find it. But Winco, $2.01. So we saved 28 cents a piece on our liquid smoke. And I'll give you a total save, percentage saved, all of that at the end. But so that was one deal that I got. The next deal I got was on seasoned breadcrumbs. I use a lot of seasoned breadcrumbs. When you are baking meats, pork chops, chicken, if you do some sort of coating, whether it's mayonnaise or ranch dressing or any other sort of dredge, milk, egg, and use breadcrumbs, it does help keep your meat a lot more moist. And so I got 2 of their seasoned breadcrumbs to try. I usually do the, believe it's Progresso brand, I think, but I wanted to give these a try. So my store brand at Kroger, $1.99, at Winco, $1.22. So we saved 77 cents a piece on these. We'll put those in our stock up area and we'll give them a try, okay? So the next thing, I make a lot of green chili chicken enchiladas in my house. That's one of my family's favorite things that I make. Enchilada sauce for the store brand at my store is $1.69 a can, okay? I used to get it for about $1.39 a can. Those days are long gone. So $1.69 a can. The green enchilada sauce at Winco was 88 cents. So that's a pretty big difference. That's 81 cents difference. So you can buy almost double the amount of enchilada sauce there for the same price at the other store. So I don't know if we'll like these exactly the same. Okay, so I only picked up 4. I'm not gonna go crazy and buy like enough for a year or anything like that until I try them. But most of the generic brands we've tried have been equal to the name brands, right? So I bought 4 of those, saved 81 cents a piece on those. Evaporated milk. Now this is one that they had at an end cap, a different one, not this one, saying that they were cheaper than Kroger. And when I looked it up, it was not cheaper than Kroger. It was a lot more than Kroger, actually. And so what I did is when I was walking the aisles, when I got to evaporated milk, I looked at this one, which was cheaper. So this one at my store for the same price at Kroger would be $1.39. And at Winco, it was 68 cents. So saving 81 cents a can. So I did pick up 3 of the evaporated milk to stick in my stock up area. So I'm just kind of trying to move this stuff over as I go here. The next thing I picked up was something that I've never stocked up before, but it's something that I've been wanting to add to my stock up area for a while now, especially with all the baking season that's coming up, is sweetened condensed milk, okay? And so this at my Kroger for the store brand, now keep in mind, I'm store brand to store branding here. I'm not, store brand to name brand or anything like that. $1.99 a can. At Winco, $1.18 a can. So again, 81 cent savings. I did get 4 of these. The reason I only got 3 of the evaporated milk is I had 1 left from Thanksgiving. So that gives me 4 of these and 4 of the evaporated milk for the stock up area. Okay, so the next thing I got was bouillon granules, okay? I need these for one of the seasoning mixes that I'm making for you guys, and I have not been able to find them anywhere. My Kroger lists that they have them for $2.49. However, never found them in any Kroger in my area. I cannot find them at any store in my area. So they were $2.80 this morning at Winco. So I got 2 of them. So I'm negative 62 cents here, okay? I overspent by 62 cents. However, if you can't find something, you can't buy it. So you can't save money on it, right? So I went ahead and got this where I could find it, and I'll take the zonk on that one, right? So the next thing I got was vanilla pudding mix. I am fine using store brand vanilla pudding mix because I'm putting it in something. I'm not making it just as pudding to eat. Usually this, if I'm using the vanilla, it is going into my M&M bars, homemade M&M bars. So at Kroger, 89 cents, at Winco, 68 cents. So we saved 21 cents a box on our vanilla pudding. And I am quite sure you're not going to be able to tell the difference once it goes into a baked recipe, okay? So the next thing I stocked up on, this is not the world's biggest savings, okay? My kids love ramen noodles. And it's the season where it's cold. It's going to be colder outside. The kids are going to want more hot snacks versus cold snacks. And normally I will buy ramen noodles at Sam's Club because I can get the big thing of them cheaper, but you can only get chicken at my Sam's Club. You can't get any other flavors. And the kids do ask for other flavors from time to time. My son's been asking for one in particular that he wants to try, which are the soy flavored ones. And so at my Kroger, individually, they're 39 cents. So at Winco, they're 33 to 34 cents. So an average of 5 to 6 cents worth of savings on each one. Not going to break the bank if you are buying these at your Kroger or your Walmart or anywhere else. It's just I was already there. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick these up on here. And my Kroger doesn't carry all of the flavors in individuals. A lot of them they are only carrying in like 6-packs or larger, okay? And my kids don't eat enough of the other flavors like we do the chicken in order for me to buy huge packages of them. So what I did is I got 3 of the pork, I got 3 of the shrimp, 3 beef, 3 of the spicy chili ones, and 3 of the soy sauce ones that Axton was wanting to try. So I did stock up on those. Again, that's not, to me, 6 cents, 5 cents, not even really a big deal. I would not drive all the way to a Winco to save 5 cents on ramen noodles, but since I was there and they were cheaper, I did go ahead and pick them up. Now, we're gonna get into the bulk food items that I bought, okay? This is what I went to Winco to explore, is their bulk food area. I just found the rest of this just simply by walking the store, okay? Just taking the time to walk through this morning and see what all I could find that was good deals. They have a really good bulk area, bulk foods area. They have a lot of candy if you're looking for candy. If you need big chunks of chocolate for recipes, they've got that. They've got every sort of flour, sugar, quinoa, rice, dried potatoes. They've got tons of stuff, tons of stuff in their bulk area. Lots of different pastas, lots of different baking mixes, lots of different soup mixes, which made me kind of feel silly that I'm making mixes because I'm like, I wonder if I could get them cheaper just buying them at Winco versus buying all of the ingredients, but I'm already halfway into that. So we might finish the spice mix video and then buy some similar ones at Winco and compare the prices there at the end. But there's lots and lots and lots of things to go through. They also have like your big bulk items that you don't have to have a card for like you do at Sam's or Costco, like big, huge things of rice, big, huge things of beans, flour, different things like that. They also have an amazing coffee section with all sorts of coffees that you can grind up or keep in the beans if you want. They've got peanut butter where you can make homemade peanut butter right there in the store. They've got a whole bulk area that's all different types of seeds for like bird seed and animal feed and stuff like that. So it is pretty impressive the amount of stuff that they have and the selection that they have in their bulk food items. However, I did not see, like you see at Central Market, bulk spices, okay? This was mostly baking mixes and food items, but not spices. So I would say if you're going to try to do a bulk spice, don't go to Winco. That's not your store for that, unless your Winco has it. My Winco didn't have it. I walked all around my spice area. Oh, and the other thing they have is tea. They've got different tea blends that you can get. So that was kind of cool. So I didn't get a ton of stuff today because I didn't need a ton of stuff, but I wanted to get some things just to compare the prices and show you what I got. So I went to a restaurant with my husband recently called Whiskey Cake here in Texas. And I had the most amazing rigatoni pasta there. And so it's been weighing on me recently. Like, in fact, me and my mom were just sitting at the table last night discussing how we could recreate this pasta at home. So they had rigatoni noodles. And so these are not usually included in the sales at my store for like store brand pasta. They don't have it. They only have it in name brand, and it's usually not included in the deals for pasta. So I did go ahead and get some rigatoni. I got enough that I can probably make this recipe a couple of times because I'm not sure if I'll hit it or miss it on my first try, right? So this amount of rigatoni cost, okay, so here's kind of what I did. I looked at the price at the Kroger. It would take 1.5 boxes of rigatoni at $1.89. So $2.84 at Kroger. Now keep in mind that's 1.5 boxes. You can't go to the store and buy 1.5 boxes of pasta, right? You can't do that. But I'm trying to give you the price in equal amounts, okay? So if we were in a perfect world and you could walk up to Kroger and you could say, I want 1.5 boxes of rigatoni, right? You would pay $2.84. I paid $1.61, okay? $1.61. So I saved $1.23 on the rigatoni pasta. The other pasta I grabbed is this fusilli pasta. I have not seen this in my Kroger before. It shows that they have it. They're like little twisties. It shows that they have it. but I've never seen it. So technically, for the amount that I got at Winco, you would need half a box from Kroger. Again, you can't buy half a box, but for the sake of argument, we're going to say we bought half a box at Kroger. Our Kroger pasta would cost us $1 for half the box. I paid 68 cents for the same amount. So that saved 32 cents on that one. So as far as the pastas went, I felt like they were a better bargain, okay? So then let's move to the bulk foods. Sorry, I gotta stand up and move this stuff a little closer to me here. I only got 4 different things in that area this time because I still have so much stuff and I don't want to buy stuff that I'm not going to end up using. So if there are certain not spices, obviously, certain mixes you're interested in or baking supplies you're interested in, you would need to check those out at your Winco. But here's the interesting thing, okay? All they have you do is they have you write the code on the tag, okay? That's how they ring it up at the register. So you put your item in the bag, you put your tag on it with the code, you go home, okay? Which one's brownie mix and which one's cocoa? Okay? You'd be hard pressed to know if you weren't in the store. Same thing over here. Which one's biscuit mix and which one's pizza crust dough? If I just write the number on there, I'm not gonna know. So I quickly realized, even though all you need to write on there is the number, guys, if you're gonna buy a lot of things and they look similar, go ahead and take the time to jot down something on here that tells you what it is. Brownie, pizza, cocoa, whatever the case may be. So the first one we're gonna look at is brownie mix. So I bought brownie mix. This is 1.42 pounds of brownie mix. So the average brownie mix at the store is 18.3 ounces for $1.99. So 1.42 pounds comes to 22.72 ounces. And so at the store, if you could buy the same, you would spend $2.47 at Kroger versus $2.53 at Winco. So we overspent by 6 cents on brownie mix, okay? Now, again, like I said, that's in a perfect world where you could buy equal amounts, because technically you would need to buy more at Kroger to equal, to be able to say you ended up with the same quantity. Here's another thing on their bulk mixes, okay? This is brownie mix. Nowhere in the store does it tell you how much of this you need to mix with what in order to make brownies. Okay, so I'm going to see if Winco's website maybe has that information, or I'm just going to have to Google around and see what I can do with this. I thought that was a little strange. Like, how many eggs do I need? How much oil do I need? How much of this mix should I use? Because this mix may be different than the average brownie mix that I buy out of a box. So I'm a little confused on that one. If you're a Winco shopper, let me know if you were confused by that in the beginning as well. I found that to be a little odd. The next one that I got was the biscuit mix. So here's my biscuit mix. This one I got 1.59 pounds, which is 25.44 ounces. So there are different size boxes you could get at Kroger. So I just went with the 40 ounce for the best economical price. So their price for this amount of biscuit mix would be $3.17. I spent $1.86. So I saved $1.31 on the biscuit mix. Next up, we have cocoa, Dutch cocoa. Now, this one's messy. The whole bag's messy. So at Winco, you've got these big bags, okay? The big buckets that they have this stuff in have a lid that you can lift up. It doesn't stay up. So if you're by yourself, like I was, you're trying to hold this thing, keep it up, keep your bag open, use a scoop to scoop this stuff in. It's a little messy. It's a lot easier if you have somebody with you. So maybe take a kid or a spouse with you. Just didn't have that capability today. So Dutch cocoa, I got 0.76 pounds, which is 12.16 ounces. You can get these in 8-ounce packages for $4.49 at Kroger. So the same amount would equal $6.83 at Kroger or $2.64 at Winco. This was a big savings, $4.19 savings right here just on cocoa. And we're going into those, baking months. Okay, next up we got pizza crust mix. This one I'm pretty excited to try once I figure out how much I'm going to need and what I need to add with it. because we like to make homemade pizzas, and I've never made my own dough. So I am excited to make my own pizza dough here. This mix, sorry, I gotta flip back to the other page here. I got 1.99 pounds, which is 31.84 ounces. My Kroger sells it in 6.5 ounce bags for 89 cents. So it would be $4.36 at Kroger or $2.75 at Winco. So saved $1.61 on the pizza crust, or pizza dough, sorry. The last thing I got was a little bag of chocolate coins out of the candy section. So Buddy, our Christmas elf, is here and up to no good. Lots of shenanigans going on in this house. And so one of his games that he's going to be playing soon, he needs some chocolate coins for it. So I got these chocolate coins out of the bulk section. So my total weight on these was 0.2 pounds, which is 3.2 ounces. The packages at Kroger are 2.82 ounces. So when you convert that over, the price at Kroger would be $2.26. The price at Winco, $1.64. So I saved 62 cents on the chocolate coins for the elf. Okay. Now, some other things I noticed while I was in Winco before we go over the totals here is they do have some really good prices on lots of different things. They had wrapping paper cheap. They have Christmas gifts cheap. There are lots of things that I was not looking for that might be good deals for you. So it is worth going to a Winco. It is worth walking through the store one time. But this is dangerous territory if you don't know your prices, because they make it out like their prices are the best on everything, including on their signage, and it's just not. So if you don't know your prices, just do like I did. Take your phone, go to your Kroger app, go to Tom Thumb, go to Albertsons, go to wherever it is that you normally buy groceries and get good deals. Look things up. Just take the time to look it up. It doesn't take long. The internet worked fine in the store. And that way I was able to avoid a lot of pitfalls, okay? Because I could have spent a lot more money and lost money on my groceries. Like I said, I only had 2 zonks here, 62 cents on the bouillon. Again, I haven't been able to find it in the store. So I'll take it as a hit on my total, but like I said, it's hard to save money on something if you can't find it in the store. The other thing is the brownie mix, 6 cents over. But again, like I said, realistically, you would have to buy more than one package in the store to equal the amount that I got. But the way I did my totals was to even out those ounces so that you get a realistic savings, okay? So how much did we spend? We spent $50.57 in Winco. I am going to add that into my grocery budget for the month of December. So if we had bought these exact same items at Kroger, where I normally do the bulk of my shopping, I would have spent $71.74. I would say that's a pretty true representation, because a lot of what is on this table is stuff that is never in the sales ads. So I would not say that, hey, I could have saved money on this by bulk or by piecing it out and buying some at Kroger, some at Brookshire, some at Tom. You really wouldn't, because these aren't items that are normally on sale anyways. You might catch evaporated milk or condensed milk on sale this time of year. You might. So far, I haven't seen it. Didn't see it in this week's ad. Don't see it in next week's ad. Not at these prices. So anyway, $71.74 at Kroger. So we saved a total of $21.17, which means, and realistically it's higher because we would have to buy more boxes of things at Kroger if we weren't matching ounce to ounce, but 29.5% savings. And that's at matching the ounces to ounce prices. So if we weren't matching ounce to ounce and we were like, okay, we're going to buy enough at Kroger to equal what we got here, then our savings would have been even higher. Okay, so that was my first experience at Winco Foods. Okay, I would say I enjoyed shopping there. I especially enjoyed it the second time around, knowing that I needed to take cash. Because like I said, the first time around, I didn't know that. I literally went through and put everything in my cart, rang it all up at self-checkout, and then the girl came over and said, oh, it's not going to accept your credit card. And so she was super sweet. She was like, would you like me to suspend the purchase so you can come back with cash later? And I was like, no, because I don't live around here and I don't have a bank card with me. So I was not able to buy the items the first time. I felt really bad. I really apologized to her because I know that's a huge pain in the bottom to have to go put everything back up. But she was super sweet about it. And so this time I knew, take cash, which I did. I took plenty of cash because I wasn't sure what all I was going to get. But Winco is worth exploring. If you have one in your area, go check it out. If you don't have one in your area and you're traveling through somewhere and you have a little while to stop in one, take a side trip and go check it out. But like I said, know your prices first, or take a phone where you can do your research in the store. Because if you trust the signs throughout the store, you are going to overspend. If you trust that they have the best prices on everything, you are going to overspend. So if you're in doubt, like these items, I was totally in doubt. Look them up, see what the prices are at your regular stores, and then make a decision, okay? Shop smart. Please shop smart. So that is all I have for you today. I will see you in the next grocery tips and tricks videos. If you like videos like this where you can learn how to save money utilizing other resources that we have available to us, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any future videos. So I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend. Bye.